Ji, namaste. Namaste to everyone. So to start with, I'll start sharing my screen. Yeah, as you rightly said, that
Namaste.
elections being declared 2 days back. It will start on 19th of April and go on till 1st of June, and the counting will happen on 4th of June, right? So the most important part of elections is the mind of a voter, right? And I want to spend some time to understand the mind of the voter. Is that fair? Okay. Are my slides visible?
Yes,
Yes,
it's
sir.
visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. We see a lot of opinion polls. We see a lot of exit polls. We see a lot of analysts talking for one party, another party, right? My aim for the next 20-25 minutes is to understand that how voter vote, right? After talking to so many people, this is my nishkars, this is my conclusion that these are the multiple things that might have been going. I can't say conclusively. I have not done some mind mapping or a lie detector or some kind of that kind of test. But after talking to a large number of people over years, this is my sense that this is how a voter's mind work, right? Crudely, we say कि वोट काम पे होगा या राम पे होगा या जात पे होगा, right? This is a very crude political jargon that we use in north of India, at least, that will the voting will happen on the work of an incumbent, whoever is running the government, and this works for national governments and state governments both. So will the voter vote for the work, or will he vote for identities like ram or caste? Ram means a Hindu identity or a identity to any particular religion, or he or she will vote for a caste. This is normally a normal dynamics, right? So yeah, so it's Kam versus Ram versus Jat or Jati, right? So let's try to peep into voters' mind, right? And I'm sure many of you might be the student of mathematics, right? In mathematics, remember, we used to analyze everything based on a equation, right? Yeah. So keep telling me in the chat if you are a mathematics student so that I know how many mathematics students we have. And I'm sure that level of maths we all have done in 11, 12, right? I'll not go beyond that. So keep talking to me in chat so that I'll feel a little vibrant about it, right? So let's go into voter's mind. And I represent the voter's mind into an equation, right? Okay, Achal. Achal is the only one who knows math, I think, right? No one else has put the thumb. Okay, or maybe people are feeling too lazy to put even a thumb. But anyways, so I say that voter's mind is a function of A plus B plus C plus D, right? Now, what is this A plus B plus C plus D disha, right? So let's read that now. ये क्या चार factor है? What are these two factors? So basically, I'm saying based on these four factors, a voter decides that where he or she will vote, and he or she does not make their mind a day before or a week before or a month before, right? During the whole time of an incumbent government, right? In the case of current government, I can say 2014 to 2024, they are making their mind almost daily. Towards the end, the campaign and all happens, that's fine, but they're always making their mind, right? What are these four factors? You want to guess what are these four factors? Just tell me in chat. What are the factors that a voter, don't write me full sentences, write me one word or two, three word phrases. What goes in voter's mind? What this A plus A, B, C, and D might be? I'm waiting in the chat. Development, okay. That's one. Next Bharat saying development. What are the other factors? Safety, okay. That's one of the part of the development, okay. Economic growth, that's again one of the part of the development. Education, that's again part of the development. Ability, again, ability now goes to the leader. That who is doing the development? Leader is doing the development, right? Growth, okay. Defense, again, you're all telling the different facets of leadership is the separate facet. That okay, development is happening and who is the leader? How believable it is. Better legislations, okay. That's again development. Facilities, okay. Opinion, religion based, okay. Now basically identity, yeah. Religion is one of the, what are the what can be the other facets of identity? Religion is one. What are the other facets of identity? Religion. And just answer this to me now. What are the other facets? Caste, exactly, Shruti, thank you. Mriganshi, caste. What are the other? Area, region, north, south, yeah, okay. Gender, woman voter may only want to prefer a woman voter. Okay. What are the other criteria? Very good, Akalyani. That's a good answer. Language, yeah. I want to vote to my language. They say you are Bahari, aap andar ke hai, bahar ke hai, right? Age is also a factor, right? Young voters, right? Young voter may want to vote for a young candidate, right? Yeah. Okay. Okay. So that's a fair activation. So I'm also going almost the similar way. So okay, just give me a second. So A is well-being, ease of living, change in life, right? What all you said, education, defense, change in policies. Is my life changed? Has my life changed in last 10 years or not? I'm taking the example of last 10 years, right? Have my life changed in the period of that politician's tenure or not? Right? My personal life. And there should be a drastic difference. It's not that some slight change, because for my voting behavior to change from my favorite to anyone else, there should be a drastic change in my personal life, whoever I might be. I might be a poor person, I might be a middle class person, I might be a businessman, I might be a very big businessman, whoever might be. I have some challenges in my life, right? Poor person has challenges, even a businessman have a challenge. Businessman want to grow his business, poor man want to survive, right? So from a roti kapda pani to a ease of doing business, everybody have their own needs. But has their life changed drastically or not? That's one of the important criteria. Do you agree with me or not? That's one of the important criteria. Is that clear? Tell me yes or no or whatever. Right? Has my life changed or not? Yes? Okay. Second is, as a lot of you said, second is priority. Sorry, identity. What is my identity? What is my caste? What is my religion? What is my gender? What is my age? Right? Second is identity. Sorry, I have repeated region and gender twice. Right? So what is my identity? These are the two foremost factors. जिसे हम कहते हैं काम या जात, right? And in all of these also, caste and religion are the top of the top in any part of the country. Ayushi, be it south north of India, where the articulation the caste might be different. यहाँ पे ब्राह्मण क्षत्रिय बोलते हैं, वहां पे कुछ बोलेंगे कि भाई कापू कास्ट से है क्या, कोई बोलेगा गौड़ा कास्ट से है क्या, अलग अलग है. The manifestation of caste might be different, but nonetheless is the identity, right? थर्ड फैक्टर सी इज नेशनल वेलबींग. मतलब मेरा कुछ फायदा नहीं हो रहा है पर्सनली. if prime minister conducts a very good G20, I may not be directly concerned, right? But I take a pride in that country. If my country wins a match, if a lot of people in my country wins Olympic medal, I don't get a medal, but I take a pride in that, right? So that pride factor also adds to the voters behavior, right? Even in a war case, we don't get affected. Maybe in the border, if the war becomes big, we may be affected. But if the small war, India wins, Pakistan wins, China wins, what is happening in the border, my life doesn't get affected very much, right? As a normal citizen, but I take a pride in that factor. Yeah, and that's, in the normal parlance, we call that nationalism, right? And the D is the factor which some of you pointed out, that what is the contribution of a leader or the political party that the leader comes from, right? What is their management? What is the aura of the leader? All of this together goes in voters' mind. Do you agree with me or not? Right? Maybe not consciously. Voter doesn't write on a piece of paper कि मेरा A कितना है, how much my B, how much is my C, how much is my D. May not, that calculation is not, but unconsciously such a calculation is going in the mind of the voter. Do you agree with me? Unconsciously. Such a calculation is unconsciously going in the mind of a voter, that why my well-being, my identity, my nation's well-being, and who's the leader, right? If I say something, Narendra Modi says something, Akhilesh Yadav says something, Rahul Gandhi says something, everybody has a different effect. हम लोग कुछ कहेंगे, कोई rumor नहीं फैलेगा, right? I say something, nothing will happen, right? Maybe a leader of a little stature will say something, a lot of things will happen. A leader of big stature say something, a lot of things may happen. So that's also the credibility of the leadership ability of the leader itself, right? Same phenomena said by leader A can have a very different effect on the people, and the same thing said by the leader B can have a very different. This is the trust factor of that leader, right? So these are the four factors which I believe can decide the mind of the voter. Now let me go deep into this. So as I said, that these factors may have a different weightage based on, are you EWS or economically weaker section, or a middle class, or upper middle class, or if I can use the word rich, poor and rich, right? So this A may become maybe a 5A for someone, or B will become 2B for someone. C will become national identity, plays a very big role for international businesses also. A lot of people say current prime minister made India's brand so big that their business become easier, who do international business. So that factor might be not very big for a in direct life of a poor person, but maybe a very good factor in the life of a businessman, international businessman. And leader and party matters for everyone, right? So the weightage is also changing uh, differently for different people in the strata. Okay, that's one. Now, 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 let me talk about the EWS, because that's a large voter base, and they are the one who vote in large numbers, right? A lot of people in the upper middle class and upper echelons, I see their voting percentage is very low. If you see urban like Mumbai, Delhi's, and Chennai's and Hyderabad, their voting percentage is 40%, 45%, right? Where in rural areas the voting percentage is 80%, 85%, right? So let's talk about that. And let's see what is their engagement with these factors, right? Okay. So let's say the period of 2014 to 2024, right? What happened in the factor A? Very important factor, right? Because they need government the most, right? If we don't have good road, we may have good vehicles. If we don't have electricity, we may have a generator or inverter, right? If we don't have, like, we don't need a free gas stove or a toilet. We already have a toilet at home, right? So the EWS or poor category needs the help the most, right? So what happened in the life in 2014 to 2024, and is that drastic enough for A to become a factor? Are you with me, or I'm making it too complicated? Are you with me? Just give me a signal. Let me drink a sip of water. Are you with me or not, all of you? I am trying to tell that is the factor A, which is the my personal well-being in the life of the poor, is it significant enough in 2014 or 2024? Every government does some work, right? But it has to be significant enough for me to vote that person back, which we call in political language pro-incumbency. You what is the opposite of pro-incumbency? Tell me in the chat. What is the opposite of pro-incumbency? Pro-incumbency means incumbent is the current government. If I vote for that government again, I call it pro-incumbent. Anti-incumbency. Thank you, Arati. Thank you, Arushi. Thank you, Anuja. Right, Shevanti? So will that government face anti-incumbency or pro-incumbency based on multiple factors? A is one of the very important factors, right? Okay, let's see what's happening there. What's happening there? So I'll talk about some of the fundamental schemes for the poor, right? And has that changed the life drastically or not? Imagine the life of a very poor family, right? And especially I'm talking about the woman of the family. She gets up in the morning. She sees, oh my God, I have a pakka ghar. I have a solid concrete house. Earlier, I was living in a makeshift house where it used to leak. My children used to sleep in the wet. Now there is nice electricity. They're sleeping. A mother gets up in the morning and sees her children sleeping nicely, cannot be a bigger feeling of content than that, right? Do you agree with me or not? Right? Okay. Then she gets up in the morning. She has to go to the toilet in the morning. That's the first thing you do, right? Earlier, she has to get up so early so that the sunrise should not happen. Why? Why she has to, woman of the family has to get before sunrise? Tell me. Why women have to house had to before 2014 had to get up before sunrise to go to the toilet? Why? Because she has to defecate in open. She has to go, she has to look for the dark. She can defecate in the late evening when sun is out so that she's not visible, right? Because that's her prestige to hide herself. And can you imagine, in 21st century, can anything be more inhumanly than that? And toilet is not some artificial intelligence that it came in 2021. Toilets are existing for hundreds and hundreds of years. Even in our like ancient civilization, toilets were there. Different kinds of toilets were there. In fact, there is a toilet museum in Delhi. You should visit toilet museum in Delhi where different kind of commodes, seats, and how they evolved is there, right? So something which is a part of a museum, is it a new thing? The toilet are discovered today, right? No, right? The toilets Kalyani are not discovered today. But even then, 60 to 70% people, Kalyani, used to go to open defecation. There cannot be no bigger kalank on any country's face than this, right? And women folks have even more bigger problem. And I see a lot of women folks here, even bigger a challenge for them, right? And now when she gets up in the morning and she say, I can get up little late also, right? I can get up at 6 also, 7 also, right? Because I have a toilet in the house. Even a toilet is such a big thing in 21st century for that woman, right? And that happened. And how many people got houses? 4 crore people, not 10, 20, not 1 lakh, 2 lakh. 4 crore people got houses in last 10 years. Almost 10 crore people got toilets in their house, not like 1 lakh, 2 lakh, right? 10 crore people and an average of 4 or 5 people in house, only almost 50, 60 crore people got access to toilets in last uh, 10 years. And that's huge, right? That's not a minor change. That's big enough change to vote for the incumbent, isn't it? Right? 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 In fact, I remember I used to do my master's in UK around 12 years back. The Around 12 years back, right? And I remember there was a very famous photo that used to come from India, and we used to feel as Indian very ashamed while doing our class in social science and policy making in UK, sitting in UK, that a man defecating in open but holding a mobile in the hand. Meaning, Indian people, the mobile, they got the mobile, but not the toilet, right? Right? Okay, let's move from the toilet. Now, okay, she's out from the toilet. She has to wash her hands. She has to take bath. Earlier, managing for the water for the whole house was a big thing for the whole house, more for the women folks. She has to carry 10, 20, 30 liters of water every day. Can you imagine that? Do one a small exercise if you want to feel this. Just carry, just carry 10 liters of bucket on your head and just walk in your house. Walk for like 10 meters. Walk for 20 meters. Right? You will, हम लोग उसे हिंदी में कहते हैं नानी याद आ जाएगी. You will get the pain of your life. And can you imagine this woman folks doing this daily multiple rounds, 20, 30 liters every day, and many other member of the families also, at times small kids also, right? And now it's a magic. I was talking to a woman, a middle-aged woman in Bundelkhand in Lalitpur area, and for her, tap was a magic. She was opening, closing, opening, closing. You know why? Because that that stream of water was a 3 hours effort for her, or a 2 hour effort for her, and now it's coming. We will not realize because I was born in a very lower middle class house, but there was a tap in the house nonetheless, right? But there are crores and crores of people who have never access to tap water. Now there are, with Har Ghar Mein Jal scheme, there are 11 crore tap connection. So that's a significant change, right? Okay. Now she has washed her hands, she has taken a bath. Now she has to cook. That will again remind her. Cooking means she has to get woods from the jungle. She has to make cow dung cake, upla jisko bolte hain, right? And you will not imagine cooking three meals a day or 4 meals a day, like 3 meals and one tea or something, right? Is equivalent to smoking 100 to 200 cigarettes. Can you imagine in a day? And if the wood is wet, if the upla or the cow dung is wet, then it's equal to almost 300 cigarettes. Because in the wet thing, the more smoke will come. By the time they're 30, 35, 40, their lungs are gone. And now, again, it's a magic. Cut, gas on. We will not realize this because we have seen gas stoves. Only thing, now we are more advanced. In cities, instead of, I'm sure you must have seen. What is the improvement over gas cylinders in urban cities these days? Just tell me in the chat. I'm sure you must have experienced that. Improvement over gas stove. There are two improvements over gas stoves. What are the two improvements over gas stoves? One is the piped gas. Yeah, one more is induction. You don't need exactly this is. So we have moved urban people, but rural people are still on wood. That's the huge disparity. But now that's a magic for a Ramavati in a village in Kashi, or a village in Gorakhpur, or a village in Bihar, or a village in Tamil Nadu. Right? We will not realize that, but that's a magic for her. Cut, gas is on, and now she can food. That tuck is a 2 hours effort for her earlier. Right? Okay. That's a significant change. Okay. Now she start cooking. The ration is also given if she's poor. The ration is also given. And very transparently. Now the thumb, because in a lot of places, let's say in Uttar Pradesh, right, where I have done a lot of my research, all ration is thumb based. All ration is Aadhaar based. Nobody can take away your ration. As soon as ration comes in the PDS shop, you get a SMS. Right? Everything is connected. Nobody can, sitting in Lucknow, even the chief minister knows that who got how much ration in their account, all available in the dashboard. That how technical, as Aarti said, through the Jam Trinity, through the Jandan, through the Aadhaar, through the mobile, how technical the things are in India. I was in America last year. In America, things are not that technical still. Their COVID card, what do you call that? Vaccination card was still in paper. And remember, we had those very smart COVID app, and we can generate our own certificates and show on the airports, right? Versus a very handwritten small cards in United States of America. They didn't have such technical cards like us, right? Okay. And apart from the ration, the grains, you need sabzi tarkari also, you need vegetable also. For that, you have DBT. Someone is getting PM Kisan money, someone is getting scholarship money, someone is getting midday meal wala money in the cash account, someone is getting the Vidwa pension account in the money, someone is getting the old age pension. So there are a lot of cash transfers coming in the account of the family members, which can help is the disposable income. जिससे आप सब्जी तरकारी ऊपर का खाना इसको बोलते हैं. You can buy all of that, right? Okay. And now the food is cooked, the members of the family ate food, children went to home, children went to school, children went to school. Now she can chill, right? Earlier, her whole life was managing all these things, managing water, managing wood, managing food, managing money, everything. Now she can also chill. She can watch her news. She can watch the broadcast. She can watch Sasbab serials. She can watch Astha TV. Whatever she wants, from news to Astha TV, she can also chill. We also there is a huge component of entertainment factor in our lives, don't we have? We also watch our own share of Reels and Amazon Primes and Sony Lives and Netflix, don't we? Right? And that is an important role. We all need our so-called me time, right? But these women folks have no time in their life. Their life was just managing things, managing things, managing things. Now things are so managed for her. Do you agree with me? Right? And now when she goes out on the road, the roads are amazing. Right? And all of this is protected by the strong law and order. Right? All of this is managed by strong law and order, at least in the states where there's double engine governments, right? So because of all of this, the A factor goes up. Do you agree with me? The A factor goes up or not? That is, do you think there is a drastic change in the life of a lot of poor people? Drastic change, not a slight change. The house, the toilet, the water, the gas stove, the food grains, the DBTs, the electricity, the roads, the police, right? These are not normal. These are not like slight change कि हाँ 19-20 इसको हम बोलते हैं कि छोटा सा change हुआ. These are drastic change in somebody's life, right? And these are happening with how many people? 4 crore houses, 10 crore toilets, 10 crore null connection, right? Almost 10 crore gas stoves. I think Prime Minister gave 10th crore in Ayodhya, someone, right? DB2 to 80% people. We are number one in UPI electricity, new electricity to 18,000 villages, right? 4 crore people got connection. Amazing number of expressways. We are making 40 kilometers road every day. Earlier we used to make 8 to 10 kilometers, right? All of this together, right? That's why I want to tell you in detail. So that's why the A factor goes up. And as soon as the A factor goes up, the B factor goes down. Can you tell me why in the chat? Whenever the A factor goes up, the identity factor goes down. Can you tell me in the chat why? You know why? Because earlier, Shifali, if I have to access police would not listen. I have to find, अरे मेरी caste का कौन पुलिस वाला है, मेरी धर्म का कौन पुलिस वाला है, or maybe I have to find a Bahubali who is from my caste and he will help me in getting my police complaint done. He will help me to get my ration because ration is anyway get chorified. Ration was anyway getting theft, stolen, right? So I have to find my caste people, my religion people to get my work done. Community is only for marriages, for functions, but because of lack of governance, the position of governments was taken by the community people, the caste people. Naman Singh, you're drawing something. Can you not do that, please? Yeah, maybe by mistake. Yeah, because otherwise my PPT will get hindered, right? Yeah. Can someone remove that? There's a maybe way to remove that line. In fact, you can. There is a way to block for everyone to not do that. Yeah, thank you. And that also breaks my flow. It's already broken my flow, in fact. Yeah. So what was I saying? Yeah. So whenever the A factor goes up, right, the B factor, the importance, not the B factor, the importance of B factor goes down, meaning the caste boundaries started getting blurred. So, and that I represent with a graph. Whenever the governance increases, what happens to the identity politics? Tell me. Whenever the governance is on the x-axis and the identity on the y-axis, whenever the government becomes more efficient and more effective, the identity politics goes down. Thank you, Arti. Thank you, Achal. Right? The identity politics goes down. Okay. Now, now comes calm. Now it comes to Ram. Right? Ram is, I'm saying, you feeling, you understanding your cultural identity, right? Earlier parties gave a very simple formula. There's a very simple formula that the earlier national party, which I can say Indian National Congress in this case, created a very easy formula for winning the votes. You know what was the formula? You know what is that formula? Can someone tell me what is a very easy formula? Don't work much. Thoda thoda kaam kar do, but don't work much. Work on the identities, right? Take the minority community, scare them with the majority community, appease them, right? And take their vote bank and block. They also have differentiation. Muslim community also have the differentiation. They have a Ashraf, they have a different Ashraf to Pasmanda to lot of other castes, but don't treat them as caste in within them. Treat them in one block, scare them in the majority community, and take their, we are the Masiha, we are your Masiahs, give vote to us, right? And do the totally opposite to the majority community. Don't make them feel Hindu. Make them feel what? You are a Brahmin, you are a Shakya, you are a Dalit, you are a Yadav, you are a this, you are a that, right? And try to create a fissure in them. And just take one of the categories vote or two of the categories vote, and with 29-30% vote, you are a winner and first pass the poll system, right? So let's say someone like a Samajwadi party will do MY. I have a Muslim Yadav with me. That's done. I don't need to work much. Right? I just cater to these two castes. I'm fine. Someone like a Mayawati, right? Bahujan Samaj Party. I'm giving you examples so that you can understand. And you can extrapolate to other parties also. Someone like a Mayawati, they'll say, Meme Beam, right? I'll take a Dalit vote, I'll take some Muslim vote, I'm done. I do not work much, right? But what Narendra Modi did is totally 180-degree opposite. He said, for me, my cultural identity is more important, right? So I will not make you feel like a Brahman or a Kshatriya or a Vaishya or a Shudra or a OBC or a EBC. I will give you a representation. I'll give you a representation of all caste, all religion, everything. Every minority, every linguistic minority, every Jain, every Buddhist. Minorities are, by the way, a lot of other. We are only stuck on one minority. There are a lot of other minority. Even homosexuals are can call them this a minority. Jains are a minority. Linguist minority. That's fine, right? But can I treat a cultural people are culturally similar as one? And what Narendra Modi did for that? What he did, something which is rooted. He's rooted in that, right? When he went outside India, he gave Bhagavad Gita as a gift instead of Taj Mahal. Right? That came very naturally to him. When he met Obama arranged a very plush dinner for him, dinner party for him. But he said, no, I will not eat. I will only eat naril pani because I have my Navratra fast today. Right? So he's carrying his cultural identity honestly, and he's not apologetic about it. When Jeeping come, he takes him to a temple in Tamil Nadu or to the banks of Sabarmati. Right? When Macro come, he takes just a minute. When Macro come, he takes him to Hawa Mahal in Jaipur. Right? When Shinzo Abe come, he goes to Banaras and does Aarti with him. When G20 people come, they go to multiple cities, not only to Delhi, right? Not only to Hyderabad House or some five-star hotel. So he's like proud of his cultural identity. When there is a problem in Kedarnath temple, the temple is getting renovated. The Ayodhya temples comes up and Prime Minister does a 11 days fast and do the Pran Pratishtha of the Ayodhya temple, which is a pending problem for 500 years. When Kashi corridor, Kashi Vishwanath temple is touched by Ahilya by Holkar 250 years back. And if someone touched that temple after 250 years back, it was Narendra Modi and make a Kashi corridor. Similar happened with Ujjain temple. Similar happened with Somnath. Similar happened with many other temples. Right? A road was named Aurangzeb. Today it's name of APJ Abdul Kalam. So all the colonial hangovers were thrown away. And a very positive Indian identity was upheld, right? What happens because of that? What happens because of that? If I plot Hello. What happens because of that? If I plot culture and Hindu identity on x-axis and a caste politics on y-axis, what will happen? What will happen to caste politics? Can somebody? I think somebody is not mute. Can you mute everyone, please? Yeah, thank you. I get that because I'm putting a lot of mind and effort into this. Please, please. If you're not liking, tell me. I can stop. But yeah, don't digress, please. Yeah. So if on x-axis I plot culture and Hindu identity, people are feeling more culturally aligned, right? And on y-axis I say caste. What will happen to caste politics? What will happen to caste politics as soon as my Hindu identity increases or my cultural identity increases? Decreases, Suruchi, exactly. Rashmi, maybe you did not understand the question, right? Yeah. So as soon as I started feeling as more culturally aligned to Bharat, I will not feel like a Brahman or a Kshatriya or a Vash. That entity kind of get blurs. Exactly, Priya. Right? So this is what, and through these two phenomena, Kam or Ram, right? A two new kind of voters emerge. With Kam, what kind of voters emerge? A new kind of vote bank emerges for someone like Narendra Modi. Can you give a term to that voter who's voting on the band of Kam? What do you call that voter? Tell me. A voter which is a voter. What voter is he? Fair voter. Okay. Something else. Think. Can I call it a beneficiary voter? Yeah, beneficiary voter. हिंदी में बोले तो लाभार्थी voter, right? Because he or she is voting not because of anything, because his or her life got drastically improved. That's all. Period. Right? And someone who's voting, that now there is someone who is not making me apologetic to be of a particular sect, right? And that's I got a Sanatani Hindu voter. Based on these two identities, Narendra Modi has consolidated the vote bank drastically. BJP got only 7.5 crore votes in 2009, right? In 2014, BJP got almost 15 crore votes. In 2019, they got 21 crore votes. So BJP added almost 15 crore votes in voter base because of these two, the way they manage these two, by working for the cultural ethos of India and for working for the welfare of its own people, as Seventh is saying, right? Is that clear? Is these two ideas clear? That how the A factor and B factor, the identity politics and the work politics are getting interchanged based on if governance is increasing or the cultural entity is increasing, how the caste politics is diminishing or the identity politics is diminishing. Is that clear? Okay. Now let me go to the third, national well-being or national pride, right? Everyone takes some ratio of this national pride, right? Starting small things like I win a cricket match to I win against Pakistan or I diplomatically wins against Europe in Russia-Ukraine war. Remember in Russia and Ukraine war, Europe was saying don't buy oil from Russia. But what our foreign minister Jaishankar ji said? What I buy in a month, you buy this afternoon. So don't preach me. Earlier, we used to decide our international policies based on the pressure of the West. But today, we decide our foreign policies based on what is good for India, as Aarti said, India first. Right? I will not decide that who I buy because they said when I had a problem with China, you did not break your ties with China. When I had a problem with the Pakistan, you did not break your ties with Pakistan. Now it's your problem. You manage, right? I will not break my ties with Russia because you have a problem with Russia, right? Because when I had a problem with China, I have very tough neighbors in form of China and Pakistan, but you always dealt with them, right? Right? You always supplied arms to Pakistan. You always supplied aids to Pakistan. So why are you preaching me that how should I behave with Russia or not? Now we have an audacity under the leadership to say that. Earlier, we did not have the audacity, right? So, from winning a cricket match to the international diplomacy, now national well-being is on a high, right? When Narendra Modi goes out, his international rating on the top of the world leaders, right? When he goes out, he can gather more people than any of the local politicians. You must have seen in medicine squares to the Indian diaspora event in Australia to UK to UAE, right? He gathers like large number of people. So he is connected with the diaspora. He doesn't feel like it's a brain drain. You know what does he feel? Narendra Modi says, someone like Narendra Modi says that these are my brand ambassadors, right? Exactly. So that factor is taken care. Now, one of the very important factor is the factor D, the leader and the party. Do you think that's who is executing all of this? Who is executing A, B, or C? A leader. A leader comes from a party, right? So currently, who's the leader? Let's talk about Narendra Modi. So Narendra Modi is a product leader and a party, right? And then we discuss other parties also, very objectively. Narendra Modi is a product of 15 years of his service to RSS. Narendra Modi is a product of, after that, 15 years in the BJP's organization, 13 years as chief minister, 10 years as prime minister. All of this is Narendra Modi is the product of, isn't it? RSS, in RSS, he learned society, Samaj kya hai. Because a typical RSS pracharak will do a pravas in different pravas very often. So he will roam around India, as Mahatma Gandhi understood India by roaming around in India, by being in different parts of India. I can't tutor you that how Guwahati is or how Tamil Nadu is or how Kashmir is, how Uttar Pradesh is on a PPT. You have to go there and experience yourself. What is their food? What is their language? What is their business? What is the problem? You have to be there. You can't tutor someone about this. You agree with me? And for Narendra Modi, this is not a tutorage. It was all a lived experience for him, right? And and in the morning breakfast, he had at somebody's house. Evening lunch at somebody's house. Dinner is somebody's house. Stayed at somebody's house. And this way he did for 15 years. Can you imagine how many thousands and thousands of home he lived and experienced? कोई गरीब का घर होगा, कोई अमीर का घर होगा. Somebody is in farmer's house, somebody is businessman's house, somebody is teacher, sometimes in teacher's house, sometimes in doctor's house, right? That's his lived experience. People say he doesn't have a family, but he lived in far more families than we might have lived, right? And then 15 years as an organization, how to motivate people on a based on an ideology, how to group people and channelize their energy for a common goal. And then 13 years as a chief minister, he understands what is the administration. He worked he says, as he says also, इन्हीं फाइलों से मैंने सुशासन लाया. So the same filing, same red tapeism that's there in bureaucracy, he understood that. And 10 years as a prime minister. All of this is a leader called Narendra Modi, and he is there because of this experience, not because he's from Gujarat, not from his name is Modi, not from he's from this caste, this region, this name, this nationality, nothing, right? Because of all of this experience, right? And as RSS boldly claimed that we are an organization which is into Charitna Nirman, right? So and I can boldly say that if RSS is a factory of producing good people, Narendra Modi is the best product of that factory, isn't it? Right? And then he learned organization building from BJP. He learned people connect and administration by being a chief minister and a prime minister, right? Now, if I say who are the other leaders, right? I see people like Rahul Gandhi, Akhilesh Yadav, Tejasvi Yadav, Amar Abdullah, Abhishek Banerjee, and they have been to Rahul Gandhi is a three times member of parliament. Akhilesh Yadav has been a member of parliament and chief minister. Tejasvi Yadav been a deputy chief minister. Umar Abdullah been a chief minister. Abhishek Banerjee related to Mamta Banerjee is a member of parliament, right? What is common in all of them? Can you tell me? I have also highlighted that part in their name. What is common in all of them? What is common in all of these names? Right? Are they there because of some merit? Are they there because of some merit? Like Narendra Modi is. Narendra Modi is there not because simply he's Narendra Modi, because his name is Modi or he looks good or his beard is white or he's this or that, right? Why is there? Because of this grueling 50 years of experience. They are there because their name is Gandhi or Yadav or Abdullah or Banerjee, right? Yeah. Let me tell you the performance of some of these people. Rahul Gandhi in last two parliaments had an attendance of 50% or 45%. Akhilesh Yadav, when he was in parliament, his attendance was 33%. You know what is the attendance of Abhishek Banerjee in the current parliament? Can you imagine? Can you guess? Take a guess. What is the attendance? Don't check on internet, just guess. When I'm asking, it has to be below Rahul Gandhi and Akhilesh Yadav. It's only 13 to 15%. Exactly, Adrika. 15%. You know, every member of parliament gets 30 tickets, flight tickets to come to his constituency. He can every Friday go to his constituency, be with the people, and come back on a Monday. And they all have a house in New Delhi. So during all 30 days, they can live. And parliament happens only for 100 days, 3 times a year. Right? And you know what is the national average? It's not that's the national average. What is the national average? Tell me what is the national average of the attendance of all MPs together? It's almost 80%. How much? 80%. So many MPs must be 90 and 95% because this average is brought down by these people, these high absentees, right? Rahul Gandhi lost 90% of the election run under him. Akhilesh Yadav lost almost 100% of the elections. His party lost under him. Even then, they're a helm of affairs. Okay, they can have a bad performance. They can go. Akhilesh Yadav have a bad performance. They can go. A new person can come. Tejasvi Yadav has a bad performance. New person can come. Abhishek Banerjee bad performance. New person come. But that's not there. The family is the ceiling. Agar family is the ceiling. Any political worker in Rahul Gandhi's party or Akhilesh Yadav family cannot aspire for the top. The only aspiration can be okay, he can be MP, MLA, he can be a minister. That's the final, the highest aspiration. They cannot aspire to become the party president or the chief minister candidate or the top of the top. Can they aspire? No. So that's the major difference. I call it a human resource management or talent management, right? Here the person is coming out of talent, here the person is coming out of merit, here the person is coming out of only a name or the surname they carry. Now I'm coming to the party, right? What is the differentiation of this party? And if they lose this differentiation, they will also go to the route of other parties. They're cadre based, right? They're ideology based, right? They're the party structure till booth. So if BJP has a party structure at the central level, right, at Naddaji's level, the same party structure is there in the state. The same party structure is there in the district. The same party structure is there in the mandal. The same party structure is there in the booth. And the same party structure will be in the Morcha also, be it the Yuva Morcha or the Women Morcha, Mahila Morcha, or the OBC Morcha, or the SC Morcha, or the Alpsankyak Morcha, or the Kisan Morcha. In all the Morchas, there is the same structure. There will be a president, there will be a vice president, there will be a Sangathan Mantri, there will be a Mahamantri, there will be a Mantri, and there will be executive, right? Same structure. So there is a huge cadre, right, of the party. And they are based on the ideology. If they ask, they'll say, we stand for Hindutva, we stand for nation building, we stand for good governance, right? If you ask any other party's karyakarta, I keep asking, they don't, any junior karyakarta also, BJP can tell you what my party stands for. You ask any junior karyakarta of Congress or TMC, they don't know what they stand for. They say, हाँ, कुछ पैसा मिलता है, कुछ बाइक मिलती है, कुछ मुर्गा दारू मिलता है, हम लोग पार्टी में आ जाते हैं और हम लोग पॉलिटिकल वर्कर बन जाते हैं. Right? So that's very important. It should be based on, I may like that ideology. At least some ideology there in left, at least. The left parties have some ideology, right? But a lot of parties in the middle, like a Congress, like a Samajwadi party, they call themselves, let's say someone like Akhilesh Yadav will call himself socialist. But he rides a Mercedes bicycle. Can you imagine? His cycle is Mercedes brand with 3 lakh rupees bicycle. 3 lakh में तो छोटी कार आ जाएगी. 10 बाइक आ जाएंगी उसमें. Right? उसकी बाइक भी, he calls himself socialist, but he rides a Mercedes bicycle, right? So they're not any ideology based, right? And the last thing is importance of a party structure. In BJP, I'm telling you by guarantee, becoming a Sangathan Mantri or becoming a General Secretary is far more difficult than becoming a Member of Parliament. You will get a Member of Parliament ticket. You will get a, so someone, it'll be very difficult to become someone like a Sunil Bansal rather than become a Member of Parliament. Because for them, you have to be far more sharper. You should understand the ideology, the party history, the party, the cadre, the data, terminology, election management, everything. Then you are the party person. Member of Parliament, okay, you can win one seat and be in the Parliament and speak good and represent your people, right? That's the importance of party structure there. If someone can imitate BJP in all of this, they can challenge them. Currently, I don't see that, right? Now, the last question comes, okay, I agree to all of this. But Narendra Modi is an extraordinary person, and I've told he has amazing kind of experience in RSS. in RSS, in party, as a chief minister, as a prime minister. But what after Modi? As soon as Modi will go down, well, the party will crumble, right? Right? So people keep asking this question: what after Modi? I'm sure you must have heard this question. But now comes in picture RSS and BJP as a factory of producing good leaders, right? Right? And whenever the post Modi era will come, and unfortunately, Narendra Modi's age is never a factor, right? Though he's 73, but he operates like a 40 years old person, right? He goes to 5 countries a trip, then he comes back, go to some construction site. In the morning, there's a cabinet meeting. In the evening, there are 3 rallies. He doesn't appear like 73. Age is also a function of how you operate, right? A lot of younger people look far more older than him. So for him, if he operates for next 10 years, next 15 years, doesn't matter. But whenever the post Narendra Modi era will come, this factory called RSS, this factory called BJP has created the next set of leader already. Who fit the criteria? What is the criteria? That you should have at least 15, 20 years of politics left in you. So you should be under 60, right? So that with the limit of 75, you have some politics left in you. You should have an experience of electioneering and governance both. So you must have managed elections also, and you must have managed the governance also. What names comes to mind? Amit Ji Shah. He's less than 60. Amazing strategist called Chanakya, right? Worked in Gujarat as a minister, worked in as a home minister, worked as a party president, all kind of qualities, right? Yogi Adityanath, 19 years in parliament, 6 years as a chief minister, understand election, one of the very popular faces, only 51, 52, right? Hemant Biswa, as someone said, less than 55 years of age, very important for BJP in the whole Northeast. Now the chief minister speaks very good, only 55, very popular in people. BJP is given prominence. And why I'm giving credit to BJP? BJP is giving them prominence. बीजेपी is not fearing, अरे इसको बना देंगे तो ये हमसे बड़ा हो जाएगा, वो उससे बड़ा हो जाएगा. He is not saying that, right? They are giving importance to important people. They're grooming people, right? Someone like Devendra Fadnavis speak English, Hindi both fluently. Being a mayor and a party president and a chief minister and a deputy chief minister, all right. Being a party person in a governance position, all hardly 55, 56 years of age. Smriti Irani, less than 50. Giant slayer, beaten Rahul Gandhi, managed a lot of ministries, understand electioneering, speaks multiple languages. As someone said, Annamalai, right? Hardly 40 years of age, studied from IIM Lucknow, IPS officer, with the Yatra and Makkal, my people, my life, roamed in 230 to 234 constituency of Tamil Nadu in 100 days, created a huge wave, right? So, and there might be many names. I'm just giving some examples. It's not that these are my favorites, but there can be many examples. But the idea is that the leaders are getting created. They're not fearing. Congress has a fear. If I made Sachin Pilot the chief minister of Rajasthan, he may look brighter than Rahul Gandhi. If I make Jyotiradittya Scindia chief minister of Madhya Pradesh, he may look brighter than Rahul Gandhi. If you are managing a particular leader's image, right, and in the process you are suppressing other leaders, then you cannot create leaders, right? So I think that's my understanding of how this A plus B plus C plus D works in a voter's mind, right? And now I may stop sharing. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna stop sharing. Yeah, and based on that, I wrote my next book, which I call One Not One Reason Why I Will Vote for Modi, right? And this is not BJP, this is Modi, right? Because of all of this factor, the leader, the A, what he worked for the people, B, what he worked for the representation, right? C, what he worked for the international level, right? And what I did, this is basically for the young voters. I'm sure there are a lot of young voters in this population also who are attending this session, right? Why I say young voters? Because I have done this in the form of a graphic novel. In fact, this is, to my understanding, the first serious graphic novel or a political comic. I was in Oxford and I did my research on the usage of political comics for political commentary, right? Which is very popular. So Che Guevara has a comic. Annie Frank has a comic. 9/11 has a comic. Palestine conflict has a comic. A lot of PhD theses are written as a comic. So I thought the young voter, which is only 18 to 19 years today, they were only 8 to 9 years, 10 years back when Narendra Modi came. For them, this can be the best medium. And I've done 2, 3 innovations here. You know what are the innovations I've done? I have used different 10 art styles. So after every 10 cases, out of the 101 cases, after every 10 cases, the art style changes, right? Sometimes it's manga art style, sometimes it's cartoon lifestyle, sometimes it's Disney art style, sometimes it's sepia art style, semi-realistic, realistic, watercolor. So I have used multiple art styles. So a lot of you who are comic lovers, who are fine art students, they will find this comic as a compendium of a lot of art styles. So that was one of my and at the end of every case, right, I have written a poetic couplet. In Hindi it's in Hindi, in English it's English, right? So that's my attempt to cater to the young population. And you might disagree, but idea is to look at every compendium, because at times we keep forgetting, right? Because you may also say that voter must be knowing why you need to write, but voter forgets. क्यों अब तो घर मिल गया है. After living in a good house for 4, 5 years, you think this is always there. This was always there. After having good electricity for 4, 5 years, you think this was always there. After having access to toilet, water, gas stove, you start thinking this is always there. But this is also to remind the people that this was not always there. 10 years back, you do not have all of this, right? So that's my way to remind people. This is my title. One not one reason why I'll vote for Narendra Modi. So I think this is the way I wanted to explain that in this election season, as someone said, the festival of democracy, where 97 registered voters, 1.8, 97 crore registered voters, 1.85 crore new first time voters between the age of 18 and 19, right? Almost 10 to 11 lakh booths, 1.5 crore polling workers, almost 50, 55 lakhs EVMs, right? So that's nothing but the festival of democracy. So I thought I'll just enlighten my sense of how I understand the voter mind in this election in time. So yeah, I stop here. If there are any questions, moderator can take over now.
Thank you, Shantanuji. You very well explained that the right political party have a tremendous effect on our daily life, and you also focus what should be in mind while voting. An election was directly impact the national policies, and it's important to choosing a right political party.